Hi, I'm Mandy Webster at Data Protection Consulting, and I'm going to talk about our 3 easy stages to data protection compliance. This describes the services that we provide, and we've been able to provide these services remotely successfully since 2018. So, step 1. This is the fact find stage, and we split the organisation into teams and interview them one team at a time. As I mentioned at the beginning, we can do this remotely using telephone conference facilities, or we can do it on site in workshops. So those are the teams that we'd look at: marketing, sales, operations, HR, building management. And in the teleconference, we discuss what personal data is actually used by the department, the purposes for which it's processed, who it's shared with, data processors and other data controllers, how long it's kept, and where it's kept. From this information, we build the mandatory GDPR records of processing. And as we work through with the teams, we identify compliance issues along the way. And effectively, we're training your teams in the data protection implications of their work. In step 2, we work remotely to deliver the records that your business needs to meet the mandatory GDPR standard. We produce a compliance report so that your remedial activity is targeted, and we usually put priorities on that so that you can tell which issues to hit first. And we support it with our DP Smart Toolkit of policies, procedures, contract wordings, and much more. It's a documented data protection compliance process. In step 3, we provide ongoing support as needed. We can help with the implementation of the audit recommendations. We can take the information in your GDPR records of processing and draft privacy notices for your website, for customers, and for employee documentation. We can also carry out regular compliance checks to meet the GDPR standard of accountability. And we know what checks to undertake because, having done the fact find, we know what the issues are and we know the areas that we need to check in more detail. For example, the purpose of processing identified in the records required to meet the GDPR standard also helps us determine the lawful grounds for processing. This is a technical activity and it feeds into the privacy notice. The fact find also identifies circumstances in which personal data is shared. So this in turn highlights further compliance checks around data sharing and data processing, the agreements and the processes themselves. So that's me, Mandy Webster at Data Protection Consulting. If what I've talked about is of interest to you or your business, then get in touch. My website details are there on the screen, or you can follow that and telephone me or send me a contact message or email. It'd be great to hear from you. Bye.